What's up, guys? Welcome to another Talking Bull podcast. I'm Anthony. This is Nick. Thank you for joining us on 30.
No.
What the hell? Yeah, 30.
No.
No?
No.
No?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it's 30. Because 29 was last week.
You sure?
Yeah.
Could have looked this up seconds before we went on.
It's 30. I know it's 30. Welcome to 30.
Fuck, we've done 30 of these.
Yeah, we've done 30 of these, man.
Yeah,
see, 30.
Wow.
Welcome to 30.
Congratulations.
What did you think we were at?
I didn't think we had 30 yet.
Yeah.
So you know what though? We're gonna end at 35.
Yeah, because we're one short because we missed 1 week.
Yeah,
One week, guys, since we started. We missed one.
But no, because I was doing the topic thing and I was looking at the list, and that's what was confusing me. Was I know like at the end of the year, which is like not even the week of Christmas, but the week before, like the 20th or something like that, will be. I think it's 35.
So welcome to 30, guys. Woo, we did 30. Thanks everyone who watched. Appreciate it. Means a lot to us that you continued support. Liking, comment, follow, subscribe. You know, our mantra that we have but never actually remember to say at any given point. But thanks for watching. We appreciate it. We've seen numbers like go up like 1 or 2 every like 5 episodes. So we're getting there, people. But thank you for your continued support. Remember, you can find us on YouTube. Just search Talking Bull. You can find us on Twitter at Talking Bull PC. And you can find us on Facebook at our Facebook group at Talking Bull. So go there, join, follow, see when everything goes live. So we'll jump right into our news. Slow news week once again because
You're gonna go first. What do you got?
Share
some news.
I got this cool story of a Doctor Who episode. I guess it's like a big one fans kind of wanted. 38 years it took them to finish.
That's ridiculous.
I guess it was Tom Baker, an episode that was unfinished from 1979 called Shada. And it was during an electrical engineering strike back in the day. So they never finished filming the episode. So they just kind of left it where it lied. And then they came in and had Tom Baker read some new lines. And they finished off the episode. And they added new music using the old equipment to record the sounds and stuff from that era. So I just thought that was...
So is the whole thing done in animation? Or is it like...
Some of the scenes are in animation. Some of it are what they had already.
Oh,
yeah.
See, like that's crappy.
But
I would prefer if they were going to do it, just redo the whole thing in animation.
Yeah.
Right?
They did that with one of the Darlect episodes, a few things. Because, like, we've talked about this before. Like, BBC has been really bad with Doctor Who.
Oh, yeah. I know about the lost episodes, their fire, all that
This
stuff.
was another lost episode that they did. And, like, good on them now for, like, fixing...
Oh, cool to finish it.
Yeah.
But just, like, for me watching it, if it was all animated, I would have checked it out.
Yeah.
But knowing that they're going to cut between what was filmed and then mix it with an animated scene here and there is, like...
It's a little jarring.
Yeah, I'm like, probably not going to check it out.
Yeah. And then I just thought that was cool because earlier in the week was actually the anniversary of Doctor Who. And I thought that was pretty sweet. And then today is actually the anniversary of the Day of the Doctor episode.
So, you ever go... You know where Clemenceau is?
Yeah.
Right off Tecumseh?
Yeah.
Up one block.
Okay.
I'm not sure of the cross street.
Yeah.
House on the right on the corner. In their backyard, giant blue box. You can go in there and take pictures. Yeah.
That's so
Christina
cool.
told me about it, and we went there like Saturday night. We were gonna go to the grocery store real quick, and then we were talking about it. She's like, "Oh, look, make a left," like, and she brought me there because she's seen it a couple days earlier, and it's in their backyard. And there, she said like this was nighttime when we went, but she said there's like a sign, and she's like, I'm pretty sure it's like, welcome, come in, take pictures, and like leave, like But huge blue box.
That's so cool. I want to do that. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I like that BBC is finally going back to finish off episodes or find episodes and fix them. because they realized, like, hey, people really like Doctor Who. Maybe we should treat it with an ounce of respect. But good for them. Moving on. We had kind of a weird thing. Rashida Jones and her writing partner dropped out of Pixar and dropped out of Toy Story 4.
Was she writing Toy Story 4?
Yeah, she was writing it with her writing partner. They, due to philosophical differences, they dropped out. And basically what it kind of boiled down to was it's a boys' club.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it wasn't the right atmosphere for her and stuff like that. And given everything that's going on with the current culture in entertainment, I can understand why she left. But so we'll probably get a different Toy Story 4 than what was originally talked about. I don't think we have heard anything about it.
I don't think we heard anything.
It's cool though, because like you see that and it happens a lot, right? They start a big project and then somebody leaves, and like if there was information out about it, then it's completely different. Like Toy Story 2 was supposed to be radically different than the one we got. And there's concepts everywhere about it, and I think that's pretty cool. And there's the same thing with Uncharted 4. The initial game is completely different than the one we got, because the one main person behind that game left to go to a studio that got shut down. Oops. But I just thought that was cool. And then they showed a teaser for The Incredibles 2. Kind of just with
you check it out.
I was excited when I first saw it because I was like, all right, I love The Incredibles. I think they did
I
great.
haven't watched it in years.
I love it. I think it's a great.
It's long. I remember it was a long.
It is a long movie. It's
like 2.5 for a cartoon. Like it's a long movie. I remember that.
I just love it because it's superheroes, but it's like one of those weird Elseworld stories where like they have to stop being heroes kind of thing, and then they have to. I just like it.
Register.
The voice acting is great in it. The story is great, and then we saw the little teaser, and it's like it's kind of nothing. And I get it's a teaser, but it's like
some teasers are good and others aren't doing. Like just wait until you have more then. Like actually tease me.
So that leading into that, there's a story this week. Did you see Chris Pratt and like the 4 seconds of him and a little baby dinosaur? And that was our teaser for Jurassic World
I seen
sequel.
It come. I didn't watch it.
I scrolled past it on Twitter, and it was just enough of a teaser. It's a teaser of a teaser to like. By the time I finished scrolling up that page, it was done, and I'm just like, well, that was a waste of everyone's time.
Why are there, and why do, like, let's say a teaser drops on Wednesday.
Yeah.
How come on Monday they'll give you the teaser for the teaser that drops on Wednesday? I hate that shit, too.
I hate teasers for teasers and teasers for teasers of teasers.
Yeah.
It's fucking, we've stated this before, I hate how much crap we see for everything now. It's ruining movies. So... But we get The Incredibles 2, and I'm excited for that. Then we had Jude Law is in negotiations to join the cast of Captain Marvel. I saw a rumor that he's going to play Captain Marvel, the character that predates Captain Marvel. So he would die, spoilers, and she would get the powers of Captain Marvel. And that's kind of the rumor we're going with. And... he kind of looks like if you put him kind of in that Captain Marvel outfit, I'm like, okay, cool. And then I remember like, it's Jude fucking Law, and I can't think of anything he's in or anything I've actually watched him in to the point where I'm like,
Sherlock.
Yay, Jude Law.
Sherlock with Robert.
Yeah, but that's more of a Robert thing.
He was in. He's been in a lot of movies. I've seen him in things, but he's never really like...
he's not the leading guy. He's just the guy really who's there.
Starred in anything like as like starring Jude Law.
It's really weird. I will stick with movies because
I got a few.
I like to stay.
So filming for Halloween. Did you see this?
Yep, I got it right here.
It was expected to start in January.
Yep.
To meet their October date. That's cool.
Actually,
Gambit. I know that you're not one to expect this movie to actually come out, but I believe now, like, someone heard you, and they're like, "Fuck, we got to prove this kid wrong," because, like,
great, one of our 10 people just happens to be an executive at Fox. Fuck that guy.
Because, like, now they're like, "Man, we gotta fucking do this," because, like, they may have cast Lizzie Chaplin in a lead role.
I like Lizzie Chaplin.
She might be Belladonna or Rogue, possibly, like female lead. And then like
so we're gonna have another Rogue.
I would equate this to like how we've done the Colossus. Just go with me on this. We'll have a Colossus, but like Colossus Deadpool, way better than Colossus Singer, right?
Yeah.
So I'm guessing like Rogue Gambit would be Gambit would be true Rogue.
Yeah.
Ignoring the shit from the 2000s that we've come to see.
Yep.
As we went through our timeline a few weeks ago, those three movies really, none of those three movies occurred anymore.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3, none of them occurred anymore. Yep. But anyways, so it's not a new Rogue, but yes, it's a new Rogue.
Apparently, Mr. Sinister is going to play an important role because, you know, if there's any character that they should waste Mr. Sinister on, it's Gambit.
And then it's supposed to start filming in the new year. Somewhere on here it said it. I think in February or something, because it comes out next February. Which I was like, I don't know. Did you see this at all? Are we gonna do spoilers for shit? Because I wanted to talk about this. Fuck it, I'm gonna spoil it. What is it? No one watches this shit.
Oh, is it Phoenix?
Yeah.
Yeah. I read this today and it pissed me the fuck off.
That she might kill one of them.
Yeah, and so it's one of the big three. Yeah.
One of the big three. Possible spoiler for
spoilers
X-Men for Dark Phoenix, which comes out November 11th.
Skip ahead like 5 minutes.
It's suspected that when she goes full Phoenix, she may kill one of the big three.
It's pretty much a given. She's going to kill one of them.
It's either going to be Mystique, Magneto. Well, and actually, Mystique, Magneto, Professor X, or Beast.
Yeah, and basically the guy was like, whoever wants out of their contract, they're going to.
Hope to fucking God. It's Beast. No. It's Mystique. I hope so. She's the one that would benefit from leaving the series. She's also the one that would not fuck up so much else. Like you can kill Beast too if you want.
Yeah.
If you kill X and Magneto, like where does this timeline go now? Like what the fuck?
They already did that once. It was called X3 and it was terrible. So our hate for Mystique all aside, I mean I love Jennifer Lawrence, but Mystique is awful. To kill one of your big four in a franchise that like is floundering at this point is really dumb.
Well, like you said, it must just boil down to them not wanting to do more.
Yeah.
Like more movies, one of them. So it's like,
but like are people really knocking down some of these people's doors to get them into stuff? Like, I know they're in a lot of movies, except for Beast. I don't really know what he's in.
I don't know what else he's in, but like the other three are pretty big guys. Like McAvoy does a lot of indie stuff. Like he doesn't do a lot of big
he does.
Stuff.
Yeah, McAvoy's.
But he's an amazing. Like he's a really good actor. I'm sure a lot of people are knocking on his door.
But then like
same with Fassbender.
The problem with Fassbender is he picks really bad movies to be in. He's a great actor, but he just bad movies to be in. Choices. Like he's never the worst point of the movie.
No, he's not.
It's the movie surrounding him.
Yeah.
But like he needs, and Lawrence is like she wins an award for every movie she's in. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's interesting.
But yeah, I saw that and was like,
yeah, it annoyed the crap out of me.
Ultimately, I don't want any of them to go because there are important characters. But yeah, whatever.
And if you're trying to launch like the next grade of people or the new class, as you will, killing off one of your 10 poles is probably just a stupid idea. Especially in a like I said, this franchise is just fucking floundering on its feet at this point. Like they're not making money. Like Marvel movies make money. DC's kind of make money, but they rate really badly. X-Men movies rate really badly, and now they're starting to lose money.
Yeah,
which you never want.
I also have. I don't want to talk too much about this, but James Wan, Aquaman director, said that his movie will have no air bubbles.
Oh, that's good.
In Aquaman.
Yeah, again,
he doesn't answer the question, but he says, "Fret not, people, no air bubbles for dialogue in my underwater world.
Again, I just think it came down to them filming it and not knowing what they were doing. And I stayed once again. Go watch the movie.
Yes.
It's really good. Also, speaking of that, just kind of randomly, every time I share a link, I don't know if this happens to you, on Facebook about any movie we do or reacts to or is our main topic, I get 3 of the same Facebook people groups telling me to go watch the movie on one of those sites.
Oh, yeah?
And I have to delete the comment every time I post about a movie link.
Nothing comes up on when I
and I'm not even like...
It's weird because like when I make the original post on Facebook, nothing comes to that account from anyone commenting telling me to go watch the movie.
It happens to me every time I share a link about a movie. And I'm not even like mentioning the movie like in a hashtag or anything.
Yeah.
It's really weird. And that never happens on Twitter when I share the link when the video goes live. But staying with the Justice League for a second, it opened really well in China for the first time, like, and people were kind of surprised. It topped the box office last week with 52.1. That's 30% more than Wonder Woman and 10% shy of Dawn of Justice. So it's opening well over there to add to its total. And I've seen numbers for this week. Coco apparently is going to beat it now, but only by like $2 million. Because
it's
going to be a tight weekend. Because
they also have, for them, it's the long weekend. They got the 5-day weekend.
Yeah, so, and we won't know until at least Monday morning. But good for that. And then there was a little, I don't want to harp on thing, but there was a little bit of fallout for Whedon with just basically some bullshit rumor that I'm just going to bring up because it's kind of important about Batgirl. And and at one point someone said he's not doing it. Mainstream press picked it up, and for the first time ever, DC made a fucking statement, or Warner Brothers made a fucking statement. It's like, no, blah blah blah, he's still doing it. He's still writing it and directing it. So
well, with that statement, I wasn't going to bring this up, but with that statement was they also, I don't know if it was in the same rumor, but it was that they pulled the plug on Shazam.
Yeah, you were telling me about this. Yeah.
Well, so on the article, wherever the article broke, the director of Shazam commented on it, and he wrote, "Can I take the day off tomorrow then? Because I really want to sleep in." No one told me this. So he's confirming that he's still working on this movie, and then he even somewhere else he wrote something about like Shazam has nothing to do with this because like he's a character no one knows, so he's fresh game.
Yeah.
Like, the bearings of that movie have nothing to do with this character being successful or not.
Yeah.
And, like, even though it's the same world, like, universe, whatever, it's not any of those characters that you saw and maybe didn't like going to see.
Yeah.
You know, it's a whole new character. So.
Continuing our not talking about Justice League, there's been massive backlash, but it just seems from all the people who really love Zack Snyder, because everyone else seems to be okay with the movie. But those people are attacking Whedon, and it really kind of pisses me off.
Yeah.
Like, every thing I've read, as soon as it was like, he's not doing Batgirl, they're like, oh, fantastic, he ruined the Justice League movie. And I'm like, no. He tried to fix the Justice League movie. But, again, our reacts, if you go last week, watch our podcast, go to about halfway mark, we start talking about the movie. It's fantastic. We spoil the movie, so if you haven't seen it yet, don't watch it. Go see the movie, then watch it. It's great. I think we hit every point pretty well about the movie. It's good. Go watch it.
You see Spawn?
Yeah, I saw him talking about Spawn.
Yeah, he was just talking about filming it cheap and not wanting a lot of studio influence. So he's like, to film in New York is expensive, so he'll film some there. What he needs, but he's gonna film elsewhere. And I didn't know he was writing and directing.
I knew that.
Yeah. I didn't know he wrote it.
I'm a little iffy on him directing it, but writing it, like he is Spawn, so like good for him.
So I also didn't know too much about the movie, like when it's
moving along really well.
Was there a date or like a year given? Like, is it next year sometime?
Next year, the year after, it's about that, I think. But it's moving along, and I think we need.
There's no cast, like no one's.
No,
Spawn,
we need movies outside of Marvel and DC to prove that comic book movies can be not just the big two.
Yeah.
So getting a Spawn movie, I think, would be great. Excuse me. Filling dead air because we're both looking at shit right now. So I kind of got this weird story about Lord Miller finally commented on their Star Wars departure. Did you see this?
No.
So they discussed the removal at a panel at the Vulture Film Festival in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Reports Vulture, which is just kind of funny. Like they're reporting on their report on the panel, and they were basically like, shooting the movie was wonderful. We had the most incredible cast, crew, and collaborators. I think in terms of us leaving the project, I think everybody went in with really good intentions, and our approach to making the movie was different than ours. It's a really big gap to bridge, and it proved to be too big. Sometimes people break up, and it's really sad. It's really disappointing, but it happens, and we learned a lot from our collaborations and better filmmakers for it. They added that he and Miller are both really proud of the work they did on the film, and they hope the best everyone's still involved, which I thought was a great statement to make. Mm-hmm. It read like, yeah, we just had different visions of what it wanted to be, and that seems to be what happened, and that seems to be a lot of the ways with Disney and their movies. They want it this way, and that's it. And then the follow-up from that, it wasn't really too big. It didn't really hurt anyone, really. It just, Disney wants their stuff a certain way. Yeah, and that's all there is to it. So they bring in people that will do it. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, fine. Yeah, basically. Mm-hmm. And and they're still working right now on the sequel to the Lego movie and the untitled animated Spider-Man featuring Miles Morales. So it didn't hurt anybody, so I'm glad.
They're working on that?
Yeah.
They wrote it, right?
Yeah.
The Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yep. And producing it as well. So good for them. Speaking of keeping Disney the way things Disney likes, so as you know, when a company buys out another company, contracts and whatever terms expire. So we see it all the time with like games, Deadpool keeps getting pulled on and off the shelves. Ultimate games get pulled because the licenses expire, right? So basically, what happened this week is Disney decided that they're no longer going to support Marvel Heroes and Marvel Heroes Omega on the PC and on the consoles, and it only launched 6 months ago on the consoles. So basically, I guess the license was up, and they're like, we're not going to renew it. Mm-hmm. And everyone was like, oh, this is shitty, blah, blah, blah. And then it kind of implied that they were going to keep doing it until the end of the year because they own the studio that makes the game, Gazillion. Mm-hmm. And then found out Wednesday night going into American Thanksgiving, which was Thursday, they just shut the doors. They're like, no, we're done now, and fired everyone. Mm-hmm. And I think that's just kind of a bitch move, I think. Like, the studio may not have money, but if they're owned by Disney, like, they still have money, and I guess they're not getting any of their, like, severance packages or anything bullshit like that, so they basically screwed over, like, a shit ton of employees. Just like, fuck.
Yeah, that's shitty.
And the Xbox and PlayStation side, they're actually being really good because they're offering refunds to anyone who actually bought shit in the game. Because much like DC Universe Online, it's paid to do whatever you want to get extra character skins, blah, blah, blah. So if you dropped a shit ton of money on it, you're like, what the fuck? Why is this game done?
And now
like,
it doesn't play anymore?
Yeah, like you can't. It's done, which is kind of like, okay. I was going to check it out at one point because it's kind of spiritual successors to the Marvel games, the Avengers ones we were playing on the channel. But yeah, so they're done. Kind of a bitch move to close the studios that way, but what are you going to do?
Yep.
There was this cool story about, remember we talked about Square Enix parting ways with IO Interactive, but letting them keep Hitman. They interviewed one of the guys from Square Enix and basically was like, we're not really sure what to do with Hitman, and they know how to make a Hitman game. Like, their Hitman games are great. So we were like, you guys keep doing what you do, and we're totally cool with it. And when they parted ways, and they kept Kane and Lynch, which I'm like, you didn't know what to do with Hitman, but you're like, Kane and Lynch we can fix. So they were like, okay, and then they let them have it. And I thought that was just pretty cool because they could have tossed the fucking studio out and been like, no, we're keeping your shit, but we're not doing anything with it. You see that happen all the time. Big like EA or Ubisoft or whatever will buy a fucking company and then just not use any of
the titles.
And I hate that because like there's Capcom and Konami right now are a prime example of that. They are sitting on massive franchises but not doing anything with them. And it was like, hey, you're gonna make these games? Like, nah, we're cool. It's like, all right. Konami's happy just making Platinko machines in Japan, but whatever. Got that. That was the end of that story. I think I'm out of stories. Yeah, no, wait, hang on. I got that. I'm not doing that. I'm tired of talking about microtransactions. The Pokemon games have shipped over 300 million copies worldwide. That's a lot of fucking Pokemon games.
Pokemon.
And I think they've sold like 200.
Pikachu.
Yeah, he raps hardcore like that. So kind of the big thing going around in the I guess the States this week is
Black Friday.
I'm sure we'll see some really shitty stuff out of that soon. Net neutrality back in the news again. Doesn't affect. I don't.
Do we do it in Canada or is
it free? It's we're good.
All lanes are open.
But I have a feeling that if it passes in the U.S., it'll trickle down here too because they realize it works. So basically, what net neutrality is, it was a thing that passed by Obama in 2015. Companies were no longer allowed to charge extra for basic run speeds to various like apps or internet stuff, web searches. So we were talking about this earlier, and basically it's like a highway or it's like a river. If it's all flowing the same, it's all great. But then what happens is if net neutrality ends, you could have, let's say, Verizon, who let's say owns a stake in Hulu, they could have higher priority towards Hulu streamings, and then Netflix would be slower, so it would be constantly buffing, or you might not get a signal.
If I'm using Verizon and I'm trying to watch Netflix,
it'll be slower.
Situation, it would be slow. It would be buffering and won't load properly.
Yeah.
Because they're wanting me to go get the fucking Hulu where all the speed is going to.
Yeah. And then they're like, well, if you want to use Netflix at the same speed you use Hulu, it's like an extra $6. It's the internet model. It's the TV model. Where it's like, you want this channel? It's extra money. Oh, it's not in a package though, so you got to pay this.
Yeah.
Everything's a premium. And right now, like, they only have 2 big carriers over there. Mm-hmm. So these 2 big carriers are lobbying hard to get this so they can like just charge people up the ass. Yeah. And the fucking guy from the FTC is like, no, if we end this and put an end to it, it'll allow smaller companies to come in and blah, blah, blah. And we're like, no, it fucking won't.
It has nothing to do with smaller
It has nothing.
No, I'm not going to go to the States and make Nick's internet a fucking thing. Like, no one's going to buy that, right?
And their internet infrastructure is so fucking bad. It's awful. There are parts in major cities that have shittier internet than rural counties.
Yeah.
It's really bad. And there's a lot of big name companies like Amazon and Google who support net neutrality. They want an equal and free internet, and I agree.
Especially Google and thing. Like, they're all about, like, reaching the masses.
Yeah.
Everybody's equal, right? Yeah. Like, so I often wonder, like, why can't you have a city run on Wi-Fi? Yeah. You can. Just install a bunch of routers across the entire fucking city.
In this city, we have Kojiko hotspots.
Those work, but not quite the same. But yes.
But it's the same principle if you just put stuff everywhere.
No, what were we watching? What was I watching? Oh, you haven't seen it yet. Have you seen Office Christmas Party?
I have not.
You gotta check it out. But anyways.
It's on my list.
At the end of it, long story short, she makes a free Wi-Fi city.
Yeah.
And it's the idea that
it's like Watch Dogs, right? That whole city has
kind of where like anywhere you go, you're on Wi-Fi. You're no longer using data. Way, like as much as everything I could do in my house, I could do anywhere in the fucking Windsor, right? Like it's all Wi-Fi. Just install fucking routers. Or whatever. Like just not make routers, but
just make a bigger net for the internet. Mm-hmm. That's my terrible joke. But yeah, net neutrality. I don't think we
probably won't pass it.
It seemed from what they said, it's going to pass.
So it means they'll get rid of it.
Yeah, it's the vote goes, I think December 14th or something. Very much seems like it's going to pass. Both sides are lobbying hard right now to further sides. And we saw this a few years ago where like people marched. People went out. They're like, we don't want this crap. And I agree. It's stupid.
I shouldn't have to pay more or
it's not
worry that in this situation that we use, Netflix isn't going to work because you want me to use fucking Hulu just because I already have Verizon.
It's anti-consumer and it's not allowed. But Americans,
that's what they do.
They pass stupid ass laws and keep other ones. But that's all I got for news. You got any more stories?
No, I had no more news stories.
Okay. What are we at?
30.
Cool. So, moving right along, we are not doing a superhero show recap this week. Again, we decided that last week, because we didn't do it, he went and watched last week's episodes, and then I watched this week's, so we decided let's not do it. And then next week, our main topic is actually going to be the crossover event that's happening. And then the week after that is their finales. So we were like, let's give everyone a break. Well, hearing us bitch about the CW universe. And we'll get back to that next week. So we're going to move right into our main topic this week, which I'm trying to figure out how to word this because it's a little wordy, as I stated a few things.
I got a title.
You got a title?
It was remake versus nostalgia.
Yeah.
Just that.
So basically it's like, is something good because of when it
Originally it was good?
Or is it just you're looking at it through nostalgia? And why are remakes so bad based off of that nostalgia? Like you want to see something, but you're like, oh, that's not good. Why would I want to see that again?
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of things that we go back and watch, and you're like, was this good really though? Or was it just like we saw it at a certain point in time and we thought it was good? The prime example I thought of when we were watching Steel, then we were talking about Batman and Robin and Batman Forever.
Batman Forever is a good movie.
Is it though?
No. I'll say Batman Forever is a good movie. Where my nostalgia kicks in on Batman and Robin, though.
Yeah.
I like Batman and Robin, but that's because I was 8 when I seen it or 10 when I saw it.
But we will tell people Batman and Robin's a good movie, full well knowing it's horrible.
But I do think Batman Forever is a good movie.
Yeah, and there's
like that one doesn't really fall in the. But Batman and Robin is the example. And I like Batman and Robin, and I'll watch it once a year, a couple times a year. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But it is a horrible fucking movie.
89 Turtles.
That's a good movie, though.
No, the TV show.
Oh, that's horrible.
But we will watch it because of nostalgia.
Yeah.
But like people,
I knew that guy was gonna dress like a turtle because I remember that when I was a kid.
And people will defend that as a great show. They'll hate the new shows because they're like, oh, it's not this. And I'm like, no, that show
is 87 Turtles is fucking garbage.
I love Turtles.
Yeah.
Like right up, like Turtles and Spider-Man are my main two like nerd shit. And that show is fucking garbage. Like it's a kid show geared towards kids for product placement to buy toys.
Oh, 100%.
Like that was the whole selling point of the show was, hey, we'll buy this property, here's toys. Like they were made all in conjunction. But like it is not a good show.
Oh, it's not. We were watching it last week, and it is not a good show.
But I will watch it because I love it.
Like 9 episodes, but and
it's the same affinity you hold for Batman 66. I fucking hate that thing. You put it on, and I could strangle you. I remember watching
it when I was a kid, though.
Because I didn't, but it is fucking awful, and it is product of its time, and even then it was still garbage.
Product of its time, I think.
But it all wraps into that, right? Product of its time.
But it's a product of very much its time. Whereas 87 Turtles, in a way, is timeless. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Whereas that is like definitely like Batman was smoking.
Is it timeless because of like what it is? Batman show. I would agree it's timeless as well. Like Batman 66 is Batman 66.
Well, that's timed.
Yeah.
Timeless is no time. Like it won't be
like look at any movie from like 85 to like 97 or even 99, like all pretty much the same type of movie, just set in a different genre or like thing. Yeah. They are all like 85% of those movies are absolute garbage.
Yeah.
But like again, some of them are just brought in for time and some of them are really good. Like you watch Top Gun, product of its time, I still hold it's a very great movie. You watched and you're like, it's all right.
Because I didn't see it when I was
But again,
I didn't see it then.
Again, it also another really good example, Star Wars. Star Wars.
Yeah.
I think the first 3 movies are better. 4, 5, and 6.
You believe that? Okay, just go. Okay, from a theatrical movie standpoint, like I'm
4, 5, and 6 are still better.
I'm talking. Remove the fucking like CG aspect.
Yeah.
Pretty much, I'm asking story wise.
First one's better.
Middle and end.
4, 5, and 6.
4, 5, or 6 are better.
Way better.
I can't watch that. I can't believe that because like they're so dated for how shit was written back then.
But the prequels are they're awful. The writing is not much better.
I find the stories more.
It's Anakin crying for 3 movies.
Oh, yeah, he cries like a bitch. But I find the stories like just like the structure. I'm talking like the film structure itself, like.
No, I think 4, 5, and 6. They're one big film. 4, 5, and 6 is like 6 hours of the same movie.
Yeah,
and it's great.
Yeah, and it was 8 if you count Force Awakens.
Force Awakens is weird because it's all 3 of those things. It's timeless, it's nostalgia, and like it's a remake. But as its own, it's also a good movie. It worked.
I won't say it's a good movie on its
own. I will because it worked to establish where the characters
it's not on its own. It's a remake, it's a nostalgia, and it's a reboot. So like it's nothing about Force Awakens is original. They just got fucking new names. I don't give a fuck. I could name you Luke or I can name you fucking Ray. Doesn't matter.
So here's what I think.
Yes.
Here's what I think is going to settle whether or not it is a good film that holds its own. Is its sequel? Because we will see what happens in the sequel. Obviously, I lost my train of thought, so I just repeated my same sentence. For Star Wars, we will see like if The Last Jedi is really good and builds on the principles of the Force Awakens.
New Hope?
It'll be good. But if it doesn't, then we know that movie was just pure remake. Mm-hmm. But I think
it will. I think it will because I think I think this is the start of the trilogy, right? Like this, we're not getting a trilogy. We got a one-off with Force Awakens. We got a one-off with.
We got a trilogy.
Yeah,
we got a trilogy.
We got a one-off with Force Awakens. We got a one-off with Rogue.
Yeah.
And now
Force Awakens is the 3rd movie in the standalones.
Get 2 movies.
Yeah.
Now we just get 2 movies. We get Last Jedi and whatever 9 is.
I'm really pumped for The Last Jedi. Yeah, I can't. I love Star Wars, so I just can't wait to see like that movie. Someone made a really good quote the other day. Just completely get off hand here, but someone said, "As bad as the prequels are, at least they're not the holiday special." And the guy was like, "That is the best argument for the prequels I have ever seen." I'm like, yeah, I'll give you that because that holiday special, from what I've seen of it, because it's really hard to find because no one wants to acknowledge its existence. That holiday special is like the next mutation of Turtles.
We tried watching. Okay, Next Mutation. We tried. You have it on DVD, right?
Yeah, I told you I'm a nerd.
We watched it.
It is so bad.
But okay, with Next Mutation, is it okay? It's bad.
It's bad.
But is it bad because it's on TV?
No, it's bad because it's just bad.
But how'd they make so many episodes? They did 2 seasons of this shit.
Because it's a kid's show in the 90s and they really didn't care. X-Men has like 5 seasons. I'm not saying it's a bad show because I like the X-Men, but
animated?
It's a kid's show. I couldn't
watch it. I tried watching
it. But it's a product of its time.
But with that said, go with me on this. So we watched Turtles on the weekend.
God, we watch a lot of shit.
Right?
Yeah.
I was watching it. Nostalgia.
Yeah.
Never watched X-Men animated growing up.
Whereas I have.
Tried to go back and watch it. Couldn't make it through the first episode. I was like, I'm done. Can't watch this. It's too bad. And it was. It's too bad. Whereas nostalgia didn't kick in for me because I never watched.
But it does for me, where I'm like, oh, I remember this. This is awesome.
Yeah, but you throw, but then go with that. You got Batman animated. That's not nostalgia for me to watch it. That's just fucking amazing cartoon and an amazing show.
There's a reason that show is timeless because it's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Same with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
animated Spider-Man.
But some of those episodes of Spider-Man are really bad. Whereas shoddy. Batman, like most of it's great.
Most of it's good, but that's just like nostalgia doesn't kick in for Batman because it's great.
Yeah, it is. It's a good show.
I fixed the first half of season 1.
Oh, that's good. So
yeah,
we had issues with converting. Blah blah blah. It wasn't working, but there was one like even Superman, the animated series. I dislike Superman. Love the animated series because I watched it.
Yeah, so did I.
And it's not even as good as Batman.
It's not. It's more in the line of like the second half of Batman, right? It's in that new.
Well, yeah, because style. They converted the second wave of Batman to fit that tonal style of the thing.
Mm-hmm. But
well, and another.
But how about remake all the way? Like, go with. What did you think of like RoboCop?
RoboCop was awful. But that's only because we
tried to watch.
But because they did that thing where everyone has to do now, and everything has to be explained. You can't just. The reason that RoboCop is so great, the original.
Don't say great, because that's what I was going to say.
I honestly RoboCop. I think is a great movie.
See, like, even though I watched it as a kid, though, we tried. Remember, we watched it.
Yeah.
Before RoboCop came out, the new one.
Yeah.
And I'm like. I didn't like it as much.
I do.
I seen it when I was younger. I'm like, this isn't a great movie.
I love RoboCop.
It's like okay.
I think it's
at best.
It's not like the upper echelon of great, but it is great. Like I really like it, and I think it stands the test of time. Like effects aside, but yeah, RoboCop this remake is just bad because it falls under the.
You never seen him as RoboCop.
No,
you spent so much time like. Trying to get into his head and
they did the Nolan thing of trying to explain everything, and it's fucking give me the guy in the goddamn RoboCop suit.
Plus they dropped it to 13.
Yeah, that doesn't help. Stop doing that. If a project is meant to be rated R, just make it rated R.
But they want to spend more money on it, and if they're spending more money on it, they want it at 13 so more people can go and see it.
That's the problem with Dredd too, right? Dredd, that remake is great. But nobody saw it because it's rated R, and because everyone's like, it's Dredd. Dredd has its audience, but like that movie, God, does that movie not hold up?
Oh, the first one.
Yeah.
I've never seen the first one. Like I never seen the one with Stallone.
I
never watched the second one.
Great.
I might check out that TV series if it ever happens.
I think it will. It seems to be moving along pretty well. Going along with that, like Baywatch. Baywatch as a show is corny as fuck.
It was, but it was meant to be corny, right? It wasn't supposed to be a serious show. It was a comedy, right? Wasn't it? Was it listed as like a half hour?
It was kind of supposed to be in the veins of like a soap opera. It's just funny because it's bad.
Oh, okay. So it was supposed to be serious.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just bad. Even then, it was bad. People knew it was bad.
Yeah.
Except for Hoff, he was like, "This show's the greatest ever."
He was like, "This is the greatest thing since sliced bread."
Yeah, but like, and then you tried to make the movie of that, do a remake, and it failed, even with The Rock and Zac Efron in it.
I think, I didn't see the new one yet, but
it's average.
Yeah,
it's all right. If you have an hour and a half to kill, go for it.
Watch it.
Yeah, but look at Jump Street. I've went back and I've watched everything except I think the last 2-3 seasons of Jump Street. We're talking like Depp and Greer.
Yeah, I've watched the whole series a couple times.
It holds up.
TV when I was in high school.
Surprisingly well.
Like all the time.
Yeah, I do.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I watched. It holds up.
I watched it like 3 times all the way through.
Holds up surprisingly well.
Yeah.
But then, in the same vein, because they treated it with respect, I think Jump Street the remakes worked.
Yeah, something worked on those 2 films. Yeah, because the first one was successful enough to warrant a sequel.
Yeah.
And then they're trying to do a 21 MIB. Like, it's still thrown out every now and then. You get a tidbit of information. Or they're either doing a third one or the crossover with Men in Black.
Yeah.
You get that from time to time. But both of them are very good.
That movie holds up. Men in Black holds up.
Have started their own chain of events where you got, like, Baywatch. And you have
Chips.
Which was... I seen episodes of Chips when I was younger. I remember watching it because I thought it was named after food. So I remember that, but And then I watched the new one.
Yeah.
I thought the new one was funny, but no one else was watched the new one.
But then in those,
but that one was rated R.
Yeah.
And so, like, again, it limits your exposure.
Plus, I'd also had Dax Shepard, which also limits your thing.
Yeah, no one really knows.
Exactly. Unless you've watched some stuff of him and you have no idea who the fuck this guy is. But then, like, those spawned the remakes of Hawaii Five-0, and now we have SWAT. Hawaii Five-0 was great when it started. I no longer watch it, so I have no idea if it's still good.
I imagine season 1 is the same as season 9. It just became procedural for me, so that's why I stopped watching it. That's why I won't watch SWAT. You mentioned something the other day that
SWAT.
we talked about with SWAT, but them investing, like, would they, and stuff like that. I'm like,
I read some stuff. Apparently they do.
Yeah?
Yeah. Apparently, because LA SWAT does investigate shit.
Yeah.
Not as deeply as these guys do, but like, they do investigating. I was reading up on SWAT earlier because I was like, does SWAT investigate shit? I thought they were just the guys you sent in to do the stuff to protect the lower. Yeah,
the guys in the house, go get them.
Yeah,
like, we know. Everyone else did the investigation. Like the detectives know the guys in the house. Go in and get them.
It's procedural, but like the first 4 episodes are different procedural. They're finding a really good balance, and they're hitting on the issues of like the big issues that are happening right now
with the time,
with the America and everything that's going on. And it's kind of in your face, but like it's meant to be, but it's like it's not thrown in your face as hard as you expect it to be. But I'm really digging it. It's good. Oh man, nostalgia. Like there's so many things I watch that are just nostalgic that are like, is this good? Or is it just I like it?
Most of it is what I like.
Yeah. But like, look, I watched Space Jam a while ago.
Yeah, we watched it together.
Is that a good movie? Like, or is it just nostalgia for like that hit? Excuse me, at the right time.
That was huge. We would have been great. I'm trying to remember. Fuck,
95, I think it was. Yeah.
4?
Yeah.
3 or 4.
And Michael Jordan. It had Looney Tunes. Like,
but so that was huge.
Yeah.
I go back and watch it.
It's all right.
It's still pretty good. I mean, like it's
still Looney Tunes, man.
It's Looney Tunes. It doesn't look bad.
No, it doesn't.
Animation holds up with everything, you know. But then there's been talk for 5 years about them doing it again.
Yeah, with LeBron.
Yeah. I probably would never watch that one.
Yeah.
Because I don't give a fuck about LeBron.
I don't either.
Couldn't give 2 shits.
Nope. No shit's given.
And would it be interesting watching it again?
Yeah.
With that said, stumbled across Looney Tunes on Netflix.
The new show.
That new show.
Yeah.
That show is fucking incredible.
Well, the new show before the new show.
Yeah, the first show before the new show.
Yeah.
That show was fucking incredible. And they should have never fucking canceled it and put this new one on.
No, they
can't. This new one is poop.
Yeah, the new one, they're trying to capture the essence of the Looney Tunes show, the Sylvester and Tweety show.
Yeah.
Which, those are pretty good, too.
Yeah. But it just wasn't good.
Yeah.
Whereas that first new one was good because it was like Looney Tunes, but they had like story and structure. That's what I'm talking about. Is like it's better when there's like a structure. It's not just randomness. It's not just the fucking nothing. Like that first show had like, there was like a story throughout the season.
It was Bugs and Daffy living together, and then like their neighbor was Elmer Fudd and stuff, or Yosemite Sam. It was really cool. Yeah. Did not do as well, so they kind of retooled it to go back to classic Looney Tunes,
which is just
but like not even, but like
it's crazy,
and you've already done classic Looney Tunes.
It doesn't fucking work. That's why you wanted to change it to that other one, right?
They tried it with the Muppets, and it did not work.
That live action. It's because they mixed it with live action though too.
Well, Looney Tunes, Muppets are always mixed with live action, and I think the show is just bad.
Yeah,
because I love the Muppets. They were
doing like a behind the scenes of the show, right?
Yeah,
it was one of those. It was like
SNL,
but it was like behind the scenes of SNL.
Yeah, it was 30 Rock, but not good. Yeah. I like the Muppets. I wish they like that movie that they came back, the revival. Yeah, great. But
I never watched those.
All the old Muppet movies, like they hold up.
Watch Christmas Carol.
They hold up because they're just good. I was listening to something and they were talking about parody movies, and it just got me
scary movie.
Yeah, and like and they brought up Pee Wee Herman and Ernest, And it just got me thinking about like our topic this week, and it was just like, Pee-wee is fucked up. That show is messed up. We watched
it on Netflix?
Yeah, we watched like 9 episodes one day. We're like, this show is messed up, and it's meant for kids.
It was filthy.
Yeah, it was, and like it was like, this is not good.
What we were watching the other day, and it was just like very sexual.
Batman.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking what we were saying. No, it was like something was like.
Yeah, there was a lot of innuendos in it. Ah, fuck, what was it? I don't remember. We were just jumping around.
Yeah, I don't remember what we were watching, but something else. But it was a kids show.
Yeah, and I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, because we'll make jokes, but like when something throws us...
It wasn't Batman. I know what you were talking about. It wasn't that. It was something else, and they were making the jokes, but they were like...
They beat us to the punchline.
Yeah. I don't remember what we were watching, but it was filthy, and it was named for kids, which was kind of like Pee-wee, because that show was fucking filthy.
Yeah, it was. Like, it really is. And then it just reminded me, like, Pee-wee's bad, but then he has that good movie, that first good movie. And then, like, Ernest. It's like...
I watched some Ernest when I was younger. I don't think I've seen all of those things.
There was so many.
It was like the new one came out every fucking month.
Yeah, it was like, it was crazy.
Here's Ernest in September, and here's Ernest at Halloween. Here's Ernest at Thanksgiving.
There is an Ernest.
There is Ernest at New Year.
Ernest Scares Stupid. Yeah. That movie is not good, but like some of the Ernests are alright. But like, man, Ernest Scared Stupid's so dumb. I mean, they're all really fucking dumb. But like again, product of its time, nostalgia does it all.
To the point where like now, if I watched it, I probably wouldn't like it because I didn't have that nostalgia.
No, it was like prime example. I was watching Full House. Like I went back and watched the first little bit of Full House because a product of its time, nostalgia. I'm like, it is what it is. It's all right.
I watched every Friday night.
And then they doubled down on that on the new series, and I'm like, all right, I guess I could do it. And I watched what are they at, 3 now?
3 seasons, I think.
Yeah, I watched the first 2, and I was like really pumped for the 3rd season to come back. 15 minutes in, I was like, no, I can't do it. I can't. I'm just like.
And you already see. I didn't last that long. I watched some of the first season.
You watched the entire most of the first season with me, yeah, on and off, yeah.
And then I tried watching it with Christina. We watched I think we watched 1 episode, and maybe started the second one, and we're both like, yeah, we're not gonna watch it anymore.
Yeah, I did it with
it was too
much,
and that was season 1 though.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen 2 or 3 at all.
I think watching the first little bit of the old series helped me get through the first 2, but as soon as it came back, I'm like, I can't. I shut it off. I was like, no, this is. I don't know if I was just in a weird state of mind. I haven't tried watching it again, but I'm like, this is just. It's way too much.
Yeah.
Like the camp level is off the fucking charts. Like it killed Batman and Robin in terms of just pure campiness. And as we know, Batman 66 is full of fucking camp. I can't deal with that show. I don't know how you fucking watch any of it.
66?
Yeah,
it's just
I
can't. Comical. Like, I watch it because it's so fucking funny.
I honestly cannot believe how much of a show we got, and I cannot believe that, like, a network kept it for as many seasons as it did.
Only did 3 seasons.
But, like, that's enough, and then canceled it and then tried to do it again. Because NBC was going to come back and do it, right? And then all the sets were destroyed and shit. But, like, fuck. It's so bad. Doctor Who, too. Huge product. We tried.
Tried to watch.
I tried so hard. I watched the teaser. Did you watch the teaser?
For?
Who? It's like 57 seconds. Came out in, like, July. For the Christmas special. No. I finally watched it, and I'm like, I can't wait to see this.
I'll just watch it.
It starts off with the old Doctor talking, and then it slowly bleeds into Brad Besley or whatever as the first Doctor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But it's so fucking seamless other than transition in the color that you're like, man, this guy was meant to play the first Doctor.
Yeah, he looks exactly like the
first one.
Hartnell.
Yeah, Hartnell. I almost said Josh Hartnell, but no, that's the guy who was in...
he made movies in the 90s.
He made Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
There's a movie that does not hold up. That movie's all right. I remember vaguely. I don't remember
when it came out.
They were on a bus on a date or whatever.
Yeah,
and I don't.
I remember. I remember watching it a few times when it came out. I had seen it in fucking.
Yeah, neither have I. But like someone mentions it, you're like, oh right, that movie. Yeah.
He was a thing.
Yeah, he was. He was a big thing for the time.
Yeah.
And then like I'm in that vein, like American Pie. First one still holds up.
American Pie's good.
First one holds
that's
up.
Nostalgia.
But it holds up though.
I think
if you showed it to someone now,
if you show that to another teenager, 15, 14, they're gonna laugh and think it's fucking funny.
But the other ones don't. Like I think two and one.
I like 2. I've actually watched 2 way more times than I've seen 1.
I probably watched 1 more, but like again, it's just I don't think 2 holds up, and Wedding is not that great.
Wedding's not that great.
By the time I got to Wedding, it was just like, all right, we get it.
Well, because Wedding wasn't 3, but 3 was like Wedding was 15 in the series because they started doing those direct video ones, right?
And like 2 are good. The first one, Bandcamp, and I think maybe the one after that.
Yeah,
and then
I've watched all of them.
I haven't. I stopped. I couldn't do it.
They're
anymore,
all
man. It's
like they're all dumb.
They became National Lampoon like movies.
Yeah, they're all dumb. They're not like, but they're if you have like an hour to kill, throw it on. But
that Christmas Vacation for National Lampoon that holds up. It's pretty solid.
I saw that for the first time last year.
Yeah, I've
never seen it.
I love it. I love it. That being said, I haven't watched the new one.
New one was fucking funny.
I haven't watched it yet. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah. With what's his name? The dude from The Office. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But
every time I hear that name, I think of the older guy with glasses.
Oh, I know who you're talking about, Ed Harris.
Yes, Ed Harris. That's it. Yeah, I always think of him.
Yeah.
When I hear Ed Holmes.
I did watch Christmas Vacation last year for the first time, and I watched that, and I watched the one with fucking the gun, the kid that wants the fucking gun. He licks the post, his tongue gets stuck.
Fucking hate
Christmas Story.
I fucking hate that movie.
Watch both of them for the
I
first time
don't understand.
Huge hype going in, surrounding me.
Oh my god, I fucking hate that movie.
I didn't mind either of them, but that was the thing. Both of them were
they
were good. Like I watch them again.
I wouldn't. Christmas Story is fucking garbage.
But
it's not a good movie. It's terribly acted.
I don't see the hype of why everyone is
why TBS plays it 47 times an hour on Christmas.
I didn't watch it when it came out or when I
watched it when I was younger, and I've watched all of it now, and I'm like, Christmas Story is just an absolute piece of shit movie. I don't understand how people like this movie. It is fucking garbage. You want to watch a good Christmas movie? Watch Die Hard.
Die Hard. So
go.
So the other day, Valerie, I picked Valerie up at work.
Yeah.
Get in the car. She's like, question. I'm like, okay. She's like, Die Hard. I'm like, she's like, you seen it? I'm like, yeah, it's a Christmas movie. I watch it every day. She's like, what the fuck did you just say? And I'm like,
the best
it's a Christmas movie. I watch it every season. She's like, I just spent an hour arguing with some guy at work who was as he's trying to tell me that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. And then I'm like, it
technically is.
And I'm like, it is. And I'm like,
takes place on Christmas Eve.
I'm like, so's Batman Returns. It's no, it's a Christmas movie. They're just go with me on this. She's like, why is that a Christmas movie? I was like, okay, argument. Why is It's a Wonderful Life a Christmas movie? The man kills himself, and then they go through his life and tell him. I was like,
I've never watched that entire movie.
It happens a couple days before Christmas.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just one scene dictates that it's a Christmas movie. So I was like, Batman Returns is a fucking Christmas movie. You see Christmas the whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
The snow, the tree, they keep lighting the tree 2-3 times because the girl dies. It's a Christmas movie. So's Die Hard.
They were talking about Christmas movies at work the other day, and they brought up, I think it was Elf. They were talking about Christmas music, which I also hate. But I'm like, man, I watch the best Christmas movie of all the time. I'm like, Die Hard. And the one girl's like, is it a Christmas movie? I'm like, fuck yeah, it is. It takes place during Christmas.
And then Valerie, the next day, she sent me a picture, and it was she was Googling something.
Yeah.
And it said top 10 Christmas movies, and number 8 and number 9 on the list was Die Hard and Batman Returns. She's like, are you fucking serious?
I've honestly never thought of Batman Returns as a Christmas movie, but I'll argue to the death that fucking Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
So's Batman Returns.
Yeah, it is. Oh man, Die Hard's so good. I watch those like once a year.
Oh yeah,
Like,
that and Lethal Weapon I watch too.
I love
Someone
it.
would try to argue in Lethal Weapon, the first one being a Christmas movie, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't remember the first. Like, I don't think it constitutes.
No, it doesn't fall into our argument, but one would argue that we've already argued that it might, so it might. But I don't think it does.
I don't think it does.
No.
I don't even know if there's a tree in it. Like
there is a scene with a tree.
Okay, but that doesn't, like, one tree, one scene doesn't.
No, that whole is that two though? No, it's one where he's crazy and he's buying Christmas trees with the drug dealers or whatever.
Yeah, like he's just buying. Like,
hey man, it's one scene with a Christmas tree.
But that wouldn't count overall of like when you're going towards like.
I'm pretty sure
taking place Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's more Christmas stuff, but I'm not. Yeah,
I'm not too for some reason I can't recall Lethal Weapon that well being a Christmas movie.
That's because I call more Lethal Weapon 2 than I do the first one because I like 2 the best, so I remember it the most. Yeah, because 2's so good.
Yeah, 2's good.
But again, those movies hold up too, and so does Die Hard. Mm-hmm. Like the first 3 are great.
Yeah,
I
like the first 3.
The first 2 Die Hards are great, yeah. And then the other ones.
I like the one with Samuel Jackson. That's a good one. It's different.
No, I'm talking about Lethal Weapon. The first 3 Die Hards are fantastic.
Oh yeah.
But the Lethal Weapons after the first 2, they're a little iffy. Yeah. They're good, but they're iffy.
Is 3? Which one's 3? Is 3 the one with
the crooked cop?
That's not the one with Chris Tucker.
No, it's 4.
That's 4.
With Jet Li.
Jet Li.
That is the weakest one of all of them because it's like it tries too hard to be funny. Whereas the other ones are kind of just funny within their own aspects.
Is it Chris Tucker or Chris Rock?
It's Rock. Tucker is Rush Hour.
Rush Hour. Yeah.
Also holds up. First 2, third one sucks.
Yeah.
And we're never getting another one.
I heard something like last month. Something came up about Rush Hour again.
Yeah, that was last month. This is this month.
Oh, I'm just saying, but it's something that trickles out every 6 to 8 months. Something gets spread.
They will not let that movie franchise die. And
yeah,
I already did. I don't. Yeah.
But Lethal Weapon first 2 are really good.
Yeah.
It's because the third one is. What's the third one? Crooked Cop. What are you?
With the district attorney, the internal affairs lady.
Oh yeah.
And there's that one cop that used to be a cop. Now they got cop killers and shit like that. Yeah.
Yes.
It's good. I really like that one. And then but the TV show's good too. Mm-hmm. Well, it does have the procedural shit to it. There's an overall arc to it, and I really enjoy watching it every week.
I didn't finish it.
I enjoy watching it more than I do Flash and Arrow.
I believe you.
And like
they set the bar low.
They really do. But that being said, they tried to do Rush Hour, and like nobody watched.
Did it ever air? I don't think. I honestly don't think it ever aired.
One episode aired. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, one episode aired
at 2 a.m. on a fucking Sunday.
I didn't say when it aired, but
when did this episode air? Because I wanted to check it out.
It's the same reason we keep watching wrestling.
I couldn't even find. You couldn't even find copies of it.
Yeah, no, it's really bad.
Because it never fucking aired. No one was able to grab it.
I'm convinced there's just pictures of it.
Yeah, they took pictures of them filming it for 8 minutes to make it look like they filmed an hour of pilot.
I believe it.
And then they never released it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it ever aired.
It didn't.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't. What the hell did I mentioned something before I went on that little tangent. I won't remember it until I go back and look at the audio, but it was something that was it's really good that I enjoy, but whatever. Mm-hmm. It's really hard to tell because you're biased on things, and it's everyone's perspective of like, you can say a movie's great, but some other person's like, no, it's garbage, and you're like, but is it? But then
you gotta look. You gotta do 2 things. You gotta take a step back, relook at the movie, and then look at the person telling you the other opinion, whether they think it's good and you think it's bad or whatever.
Yeah,
and decide then. Is the movie good or bad?
You have
this
to
person a moron, right? Like
you have to
reassess the situation.
You have to be, if you are actually truly trying to analyze something without bias. Bias will always kind of creep in, but you just have to kind of step back and look: is this good or is it bad?
And then, like I said, like look at the other person.
Also, the person could just be a fucking idiot. Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Is this person a moron?
There are some people who there are some people who are like, haven't seen any of the movies we're talking about right now, and it's like, where the fuck have you been and what have you been watching?
Yeah.
Because like I'm amazed at some of the like.
There's an age thing too.
We are, but you should be watching the classics, or at least what we call classic.
Yeah, well,
because a lot of what we call classic isn't classic.
But
classics are skewed. That being said, I will give us credit to trying to watch those older movies. Mm-hmm. Again, they're a product of their time, and you just can't get through them. But like, we know of them.
Yeah, I've always wanted. I tried watching Taxi.
I knew you were gonna say Taxi.
Just bringing it up. I tried watching Taxi. It's supposed to be the greatest movie of B-old movies. I watched like a good chunk of it. I want to say like 40 minutes of it. I seen the part where he goes crazy.
Yeah.
But fuck, was it a rough 40 minutes? I couldn't tell you what exactly happened. Because I was like staring at the screen, but like not seeing anything.
Yeah.
And then I shut it off. Immediately shut it off. I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch this other one. Put on Citizen Kane. Supposed to be the greatest
movie of all time
ever fucking made.
Yeah.
I don't think I made it through the credits. Yeah. I watched about 90 seconds and shut it off. And I was like, nope. I just couldn't do it. Too old. Too much of a product of its time.
Yeah, it's like Psycho.
I think it's made in the fucking 40s.
Yeah,
and here I am in 2015 trying to watch this thing. I'm like, nope, I can't do it.
Like, we acknowledge the movie exists. We know of it. We know it's a great film. Cannot fucking watch it.
Yeah,
like I just
couldn't.
I
could not get into it.
I was talking the other day at work about Con Air, which I argue is a good movie.
I've never seen it.
With Nick Cage.
Yeah.
So good. And then Face Off. We're talking about Face Off, and then we're talking about Fight. You haven't seen Face Off?
No.
Nick Cage, Travolta? Yeah.
Christina does it to me all the time. Never seen it.
You should really watch it. It's actually a
she
good
wants
movie.
Me to.
It is. I have it. I actually own it. Mm-hmm. It's John Travolta and Nick Cage just doing what they do best. And like
try to outact one another
or overact.
Yeah.
And then like John Woo did it. So like there's John Woo up the ass all through this movie.
White Doves fucking.
Oh, there's a scene with White Doves, man. There's a scene.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you where it is, but when you watch it,
there's a scene with this is a movie. Just like in fucking MI2. There's that fucking scene with the doves.
There are doves all over that goddamn movie, man. Man loves his dove shot, but those hold up all right.
And you mentioned a third one.
Fight Club.
Fight Club. Never seen that.
I watched it a few years ago. Really good movie.
I know what it is. I know what.
Don't you love Edward Norton?
Not particularly.
I thought you did. I figured of all things you would have seen Fight Club.
Yeah. I watched I think I seen some of it when I was younger, but I never seen all of it. But I know the premise. I know what happens, so it's spoiled for me. But
it's a crazy. It's actually a good movie. I think it holds up really well for being what it is. I really like it though.
But you saw it when it came out, or you saw it when it?
No, I saw it years later.
You still liked it.
Yeah, where the hype died down, and I was old enough to understand what the fuck's going on in this movie.
Yeah,
there are some movies we watch where we're like, yeah, that's all right, and then we watch all of it, and we're like, oh, wow, shit, it's even better now.
Or sometimes I watch stuff when I'm now, and I'm like that I watched when I was younger, and I was like, either it's better, or I certainly understand it better.
Tommy Boy, Black Sheep, Beverly Hills Ninja, all better when you're older.
Yeah.
Funny when you're younger because there's a lot of slapstick because it's David Spades and two of them with Chris Farley.
Yeah.
And then Chris Farley and Beverly Hills Ninja. But when you're older, you're like, oh shit, this is even better.
Yeah. And then there's there's things that you watch when you're older that you saw when you're younger, and it's either funnier because you get more of the jokes because there's a lot of adult jokes in there, or you can actually comprehend what is fucking happening. Whereas when you were younger, you were just like, watching people move on the screen.
Yeah.
Like, you're not getting it, right?
Two thoughts come to mind. One, oh, this is better now that I'm older. And my second thought was like, what the fuck am I allowed to watch this shit?
That too kicks
I mean, like, hi, Dad.
That too kicks in because I'm like, fuck, I watched this when I was 4 years old. What was I doing watching this when I was 4?
Batman 89?
Batman 89, I was like 3 fucking years old watching that. I shouldn't have been watching Batman 89 when I was 3 years old. Shouldn't have been watching Beetlejuice when I was 2 years old either.
I haven't watched that movie in years, and I watched it when I was younger, and I think the reason I'm not that big of a fan of it is because I watched it when I was younger, and I don't comprehend it. I should really watch it now because I'm sure I'll like it. But I just don't. I just don't understand it. Back then, it's like
it wasn't meant for you to watch when you were 3 years old.
It was Tim Burton being Tim Burton in the early '90s.
Batman.
Yeah, he was crazy. he's still doing the same fucking movies now. But
good times.
Man, I like watching older stuff, especially just nostalgic, because you're like, oh, this is like half the movies over there on the shelf are just because I love nostalgic things or because I just love the product of time that they're in or whatever. Like I have a guy thing over there. It's got Selma Blair and Jason Lee, Mallrats Jason Lee, but like. I love it because it is so much a product of its time. Same with Cruel Intentions. Like when you're younger, you're like, oh my God, this is such a bad movie. You watch it now, you're like, this movie is like the tamest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. You're like, ooh, 2 girls kiss and there's some cleavage. When you're younger, you're like, oh my God, what's going to happen? And then absolutely fucking nothing happens. And you're like, now you're older, you're like, I'm bored, I guess I'll watch Cruel Intentions.
I'm bored, I'll go to bed. Take a nap.
Yeah, I'm like, I can watch Cruel Intentions or I could take a nap.
I'll take a nap.
I'll put on Cruel Intentions and take a nap. What are you doing? Nothing, I just fell asleep during the movie. That's great. My aunt took me to see a scary movie when it first came out.
Did she know what it was?
No.
She just thought it was a comedy?
Yeah, she didn't. Yeah, I don't think she fully understood the extent of what it was, and we still kind of joke about it this day that maybe we shouldn't have went and seen that movie. But yeah, nostalgia's great if you are part of it. Like there's younger kids now who like don't watch shit, or you try to make them watch it, and you're like, no, it's a great movie, and they're like, this shit's terrible. And you're like, no, it's really good, I swear. Like, no, it's really not a good movie. And you're like, but it is. You should totally like it. I try not to force my opinions on people. There's a person at work who absolutely hates anything sci-fi. He's like, it's absolute garbage. It's the worst films ever. And I'm like, again, you don't like that, so it's not your, like, it's good, but you hate it. So you're going to say it's bad.
Yeah.
Like, I absolutely fucking hate country music. So I just call it terrible. But I think I'm justified in that opinion because country music is fucking awful. It is like the same fucking things over and over again. Woman left him. It's about his truck and his dog. Fuck, I hate country music. But yeah, so like I'll be like, oh, I'll watch that. And he's like, oh, I can't fucking watch it. It's garbage. It's not even watchable. It's the worst film ever. I'm like, no, you just don't want to watch it because you hate that genre.
Yeah.
Like it's not the worst.
What genres does he just watch? Like just dramas?
Dramas, comedies, like other than like the superhero, like sci-fi aspect of it. Like he's fine with film, but yeah, it's like you have to take a step back and look at it kind of objectively. Like, yeah, you hate sci-fi, but might this be a good movie? Like there are tons of like comedies that I absolutely think are trash, but like might be good based on what they are. And then there's some that are just absolute fucking garbage. But we're unfortunately we're in that era where like you can make a movie for like $5 and put it out, and everyone's like, it's the greatest thing ever. Like how many movies come out a week that are just like absolute fucking shit shows that you could tell were made for like maybe $100,000? Like, and some are like, we watch Zombievers. That is a great
good movie.
Parody movie. Like it's fantastic. But like they made that for nothing.
A few $1 million.
And if like you hadn't seen it, like it came out with every big release, and it's just like the amount of, I think it's the amount of content now.
Yeah, it's all.
It's insane.
So much.
There's so much content, and like good things get lost in the weeds, and some of the shit rises to the top, unfortunately. But
Rises. I see what you did there.
I wasn't even trying to shit on Rises, but all right. God, those are fuck. I don't understand people's love for him and that movie.
The last one.
Same thing with Schneider. I don't understand people's love for Schneider, but will badmouth Batman v Superman.
Yeah, weird. That's a weird one. I've seen some stuff like that too. But
man, it's gonna be crazy when we be older and we're just senile and talking about like, does Batman v Superman hold up in the same aspect of like 89 Batman through Batman and Robin? Mm-hmm. It's going to be interesting to see.
Right now, it's sitting below Batman and Robin sometimes.
I think, unfortunately, Batman and Superman and any DC film are all beholden to Superman and Batman, the original films.
Which is... Yeah,
like there's no escaping it, and like because those two films are fantastic, and I think you kind of have to stop comparing the two because they're completely different. But I think that was problem with DC's problem is they tried to shift so much away from those. It backfired, but yeah, you with the nostalgia, the remake, and holding things to a standard. You kind of have to stop comparing the next wave of things because it's going to keep happening. They're going to keep remaking stuff. They're going to try to reboot it. And I think you kind of have to stop comparing. Like, yeah, you can look at the similarities and differences or whatever, but to completely analyze one film based off the other one, you're going to hurt it.
Yeah.
And we've seen it time and time again. Superman being the prime example. Like, Batman gets away with it because I think he's had so many movies now where it's kind of like there is so many different interpretations of Batman. But Superman... Like, as soon as that one came out, Man of Steel was immediately compared to the original Superman. Yeah. And same with Man of Steel. Or not Man of Steel, Superman Returns. Unfortunately, Superman Returns did the stupid thing where it's technically set in the same continuity, and it tried to be The Force Awakens and failed.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah. God, that movie's not good either. Oh. But yeah, I think you have to comparing older stuff to newer stuff.
And just take it as its own 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
If you like it, was it good?
Turtles is a prime example of that. We now have 3 different animated series as well as 2 different subsets of movies. And it's like you got to stop kind of comparing the two, I think. And we do it all the time. But I can watch the other ones.
Yeah.
So I think if you can look at it again, I think it all just comes down to objectivity. If you can look at something for its merits and for its things, like we did the commentary for the 90s Turtles. It's fantastic. I love the 90s Turtles. Most we shit all over. It's great, but like I like the new one too. I think there's a lot of flaws with it, but again, at least we got something. There are franchises.
I'd rather not get any. You know, like I wouldn't want to not get any.
Yeah, like there are some things that like should die, but there are some things I want to keep seeing new stuff for because I absolutely love them. And like Turtles, Batman, Spider-Man, DC, and Marvel being the big ones, like I want to keep seeing them. I want them to do well. I like the 2014 series is ending for Turtles.
Yeah.
Or 12, I think it's 12, is ending. And that makes me sad because like as much as I don't really like most of the aspects of it, it is a Turtles cartoon. We still get Turtles every week.
Putting a new one out.
But that's what I'm saying. There's going to be a few months off, and then a new one premieres. And I'm like, cool. We get a new one. I want to see new stuff. I don't want it to lie dormant or just keep making bad, shitty movies like Resident Evil does. What are we at?
118.
Cool. I think we kind of made our point.
Yeah.
Rambling.
Yeah.
I like this one where we just kind of ramble because we're just like, we kind of know what we're talking about, but we kind of were like, we'll just ramble on for 20 minutes or so and see what happens. But yeah, that was our topic. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back next week for more of the Talking Bull podcast. If you want to find us, you can find us on Facebook at Talking Bull. If you want to find us on Twitter, we're at Talking Bull PC. If you want to find us on YouTube, just search Talking Bull and look for the Blue Bull logo. Please comment, like, follow, subscribe. I'm Anthony. This is Nick. We will see you next week. Goodbye.